was, they wouldn't be giving away alcohol. It would have been about separate violation. Different charge.
Yeah, you guys accepted your price.
Okay, and then I have a request, for a continuance from Mumble Blanca.
That's just, when the notice, because we had such a short meeting, there were several that we were calling back in by agreement. I wanted to think about it for a little bit, and then he came back and said he'd rather put it on for next month.
I just have one question on Mumble Black. Did we resolve them as far as New Year's Eve?
No,
I don't see them on the list.
Right,
I think they made it,
yeah, I think they did make it.
because they're under appeal,
Right.
so therefore there's no punishment that's pending against them.
I'm not sure I
I
agree
don't
with
believe
that.
they filed for one, but I'll double check.
They're
They
not
double
on-
check, because they're not on
they're
this
not
list.
Okay.
I think Attorney Miles actually said to me that they don't want to open it.
Yeah.
They just,
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I know where you're going.
Yeah, I was gonna
They're
say.
not on the list, so let's just do it.
Yeah.
Well, if they do.
Did you
come in-
guys get my list?
Right here.
If you came with the packets, I've got it, I have one upstairs.
One other?
I can email it to you.
I just,
One point, if they do come in and apply,
They can.
they
it's
can't.
too late now.
too
Too
late,
late.
okay.
Oh,
We're
no,
clear
it's too
on
late
that.
for anybody.
As a matter of fact, Attorney Miles did say to me, when we were discussing his continuance on this, they weren't gonna open, or they're gonna open, but they don't want the 2
Extra.
o'clock extension.
No alcohol, they know that between 1 and 2, right?
No, there's rules here,
It's all
yeah, there's
rules.
alcohol.
Clearly on the notice.
Yeah.
I've got 5 rules on
You
it.
want it.
Put that in a few languages?
Yeah, probably right.
No.
Okay, where's my agenda? Thank you, sir. Okay, so then we have our communications, which we're just discussing now, the list of establishments that have been approved for extension of hours. And then a notice from the lottery.
Yeah.
Everybody see that?
Mhm.
Okay, any questions on that? Comments? Then we have following police reports. Lieutenant?
Right, the GD Sports Bar at 155 Lewis Street, there was an incident there. We've looked into it. It's questionable whether there weren't any obvious violations by the bar. Having said that, there was still activity in there that we're gonna look at further. So at this point, really, that's,
Did we not at our last meeting say that we were gonna bring them in for the January meeting
I think
to
so.
discuss the possible?
He's going for extension, he's going for
Anybody look at the
alterations.
expense?
He is.
yeah, we did look at
Yeah,
it.
so-
We went in to talk to him and explained that he's gonna come in, because they did have the door open the night we went in, and it's basically the dot.
Mm.
And he tried to claim it was the storage. We go, if you're gonna use it for storage, if you're gonna use it for dots, it's part of your place, you gotta go to City Hall, so.
He is coming in and he's
Okay.
having it inspected and he's gonna, his
That's what we told him,
occupancy
we just
will
gotta have it
change.
done, that's all,
Right.
but it's not a big deal.
So are we accepting this for files for the JDs or?
Well, if you're satisfied it's coming in, okay? Accept the file. In China Bowl.
It's a doorway, it's just one doorway, and it goes into like a dot.
And I
The
got
China
that
Bowl
one today.
incident was in October, I think it was quite a bit ago, and our last meeting, I mentioned that I read and reviewed all the reports that were associated with it, and it was requested, I had information, I wrote an additional report specifically stating that on that evening, I personally, along with the responding officers, Detective Pancopoulos was with me as well, we personally asked the bartender,
Mhm.
if any of the persons involved within the bar,
Mhm.
and she very defiantly denied anybody was in the bar. It was subsequently learned through the detectives and state police that one of the persons involved and the victim were in the bar drinking. So,
And I got that police report today stating that.
right, but that's my report
Right,
to the
okay.
board, just to make sure it's official that
Okay.
that conversation did exist. She should be, she's certainly aware of it, the owners should be made aware of it, I made sure they understood that that's certainly.
I think we should bring them in. Definitely. With the January meeting. And then Players Bar.
We've been to Players a couple of times. This incident that's in front of you from December 3rd, I believe this was the
They threw
Fight.
the darts
Dart
and
night, fight.
somebody threw cake in somebody else's face.
Yeah, okay, that incident, there were several people involved. Nobody was injured, nobody was real intoxicated,
Right.
although there was an incident in the bar. I'm not sure what control the management at the bar had. It was able to get to the point where, you know, we had to respond
Right.
and they float outside. And I certainly think it was an incident.
Mhm.
It was an incident in the bar.
The bartender did state that he didn't call because the state, off-duty state
That's right.
trooper.
We asked him specifically, if he knows the rules, that he
Yeah.
would call, and he just didn't have the opportunity, and it was already made. So the
Okay.
call was made.
Okay.
It's just more for bringing it to your attention, there was an incident at the bar.
So you think it was handled properly?
I think staff there
Okay.
didn't omit what they should have done, but I don't know, you know, if management of the control of the bar was appropriate that night, but
Okay.
it wasn't obviously.
All right, so accept the files.
Sure.
Okay, and then Club Bravo, this latest one, operating under the influence of
Right,
3
that's why
a.m.,
it's
so that's
before,
really,
because he
yeah,
made the statement that he had been.
been there, right? So we'll just accept that for the files, we'll have fine. You saw that one? So, anything else?
The alcohol compliance.
Okay. Yes, I think we should definitely bring in those that failed.
And this was the real compliance check, this is all we can take disciplinary action on.
Do you have police reports for those?
I do. I thought they were in the packet here.
Hearings, hearings,
Okay.
hearings,
Yeah, no, I,
hearings.
you have to read the one from Santa.
Yep.
That's just, like, disregard of the laws right there.
January's gonna be a long meeting.
Mm.
All right, Deb?
Yep.
And just the new business renewals,
Renewals,
2014.
the liquor licenses, your motion for renew, for all that have, to renew the licenses that have complied with all the rules and regulations. And then one for the common vics, one for the entertainment, and one for the non-alcoholic common vics, and the lodging house license.
Lodging houses all comply?
Not yet, no. I'm waiting on some inspections.
Did they all comply for last year, of this current year?
Yes, yes.
But how far?
The only one we had was,
There was some fire violations.
the one on Washington Street, Mary's trying to evict the water.
Yeah.
That was the only one that held over.
Yeah.
Most of them have been pretty good this year. I've got at least, well, I call it good, it's half of them.
Patrick Tajay,
Hmm?
is Patrick Tajay, is that?
No, he's,
Okay.
you're kidding.
Is that late?
It's
Yeah.
not December 28th.
It's so far.
It's not December 28th.
Okay.
That's an improvement.
So they do have till,
Well, they
they
did.
do have till the end of this month. But the ABCC ones have to go in next week. How can I have a motion?
Yep.
Go ahead, John.
Oh, okay. We approve all the licenses for 2014.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, and then just an update on Phoenix, how's it going?
I thought Sam was gonna be here, but with everything's, we changed everything around, we're doing the right thing.
It was resent in, it was held up by the ABCC.
Okay.
It was resent in, so we should hear from them within the next couple of weeks.
So we need to renew the motion to continue management operating. The exact same motion we had last meeting, the only one, so you guys can continue operating.
Okay, what about the Thursday nights?
It's gonna have to stay the way,
Okay,
stay the
that's
way.
fine. That way, I got something I can tell them.
Yeah. So that motion was,
Make the motion that we continue the application for the manager and the Thursday nights until the January meeting.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Adjournment, huh?
No, no, no.
Oh, wait a minute. There's nothing else here on my agenda. She acts like she's prepared. Hi, thank you. Oh, homework.
Homework, yeah.
This isn't on the agenda.
New rules and regulations, please go over them, submit any other ideas. Then we're gonna vote, you're gonna vote on them in January. And then I'm sending them to the printer.
And you are going to enlarge the frequently asked questions, right?
Yes, I am. I put in the frequently asked questions. Please circle any that you think should be included.
I would love that, yeah. you-
Okay.
Gonna enlarge them?
Yeah. You can go onto the ABCC website and see them for yourself,
Get your phone echo.
okay?
Huh?
I do still have, two things that I wanted to see. I know one of you guys put on the thing for a standard last call time throughout the city.
For
As
New Year's Eve?
12:30, no, for,
Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh,
12:45, 12:40.
They were still
You
dancing,
have-
they were still
last
dancing
call.
at Linway Lounge last night at 10 minutes of 1.
they were doing what?
Still dancing at 10 minutes of 1 at
They can
Linway
dance,
last night.
but they gotta be out by 1. Dance their way out the door.
so,
It's the out,
so,
yeah.
do you wanna make it, you can vote on it?
When?
Well, because it's gonna come in as a rule, right?
It would come in as a rule.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
We
so,
should
Well, we're gonna talk about it at the January meeting, right?
yeah,
So let's,
so I haven't put that in there yet.
All right, so
it's just,
standard.
so you know. The other one is under
standardized last.
the club's licenses. I think we need to make clear that the members and guests sign-in thing, maybe include that in there, just a suggestion.
Might save us some
Clearly,
time
it's
next
their
year,
law.
you know?
Yeah,
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I think it's a
whatever
good
makes
idea.
it easier.
Yeah.
all right? That's it for me. You free to go?
Motion to adjourn.
Meeting,
I'll second.
all in favor?